And you can hear the thumping of drums increasing in the background. And very soon you'll see exactly where all that noise is coming from.
The sky.
High above the stadium. 3 men mobiles are descending into the arena in quite unbelievable costumes.
Percussionists right around the stadium, there are in fact 27 of them in all, are hanging from a crane some 160 feet above the stadium.
In the background, you can see marionettes. There are 8 marionettes depicting the various movements of the winter sports. And one of those particular marionettes is the Newcastle lass, Rebecca Adam. In fact, it was Rebecca who designed this and choreographed this routine. This is some drum solo.
I think the whole show would have a place on London's West End rather than just be the prelim to the 16th Winter Olympic Games.
Figure skating, alpine skiing, all the disciplines in very much an open interpretation of the winter sports here at Albertville.
People now enjoying the spectacle, and the stadium is in total silence. I would suggest in awe of what France has presented to the world today.
Now what we're seeing is a routine that embraces all the winter sports a continuation of the theme. The dancers here actually have one boot that's attached to the platform to help them with their balance, which you can imagine would be extremely difficult.
They represent, Ken, a ski jumper, a skater, a downhill skier, and a speed skater.
The French call this operating on a yo-yo type theme.
Traditional music from Corsica, as gradually the idea of this movement is to slowly draw you into a state of serenity. And across the stadium, an angel who is born by an aluminium machine with a mechanical system which is set in action by strings attached to the feet of the angel, and the feathers are goose feathers. Moving into the stadium, 12 waves of 100 skiers each. The sports again represented now by the four-man bob.
One can only marvel at the minds and the imagination that can come together and make this really work, and work so well. What a stunning effect. A ski jumper lands, and unlike the ones at Courchevel, takes off again.
Classic lift-off position there as he moves across the stadium, comes away with the Olympic torch to his right.
There are some 3 ski jumpers in the stadium right now.
So
what we're seeing here is 12 traces which are depicting the shape of snowflakes on the ground. It's almost like something out of Star Wars.
And the other skiers have formed a perfect square in the center of the arena. French show without athletes on stilts, and the hockey teams are now in the stadium.
A terrific movement, and one can only imagine just how hard that would be to be so agile. And Kirsty, every time you think you've seen something that's just absolutely out of this world, they bring out another one.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, the thing I'm most impressed with is the detail. The makeup on the individual performers is fantastic. The costumes are just brilliant, and the choreography is spectacular and increasingly spectacular with each demonstration.
It is a build-up, isn't it? That you can feel it all the time, right throughout the ceremony. It's just been a continuous build-up.
Theatre it certainly is, Ken, but it's never lost sight that it is the opening to the Olympic Games. The theme has always been the backbone of the process here.
The curling ball, a human curling ball. There is in fact somebody in that. Really terrific. Now the rollerbladers emerge from the corners of the stadium.
The speed skaters, each one dressed in a colour of the Olympic flag.
Now what you're seeing is a snowflake formation as the activity continues in this wonderful arena. There is always activity, whether it be in the center or on the fringes of the stadium.
There's 12 dancers here, and they're forming a star around the maypole. And you can hear the Chinese waltz being played by the 80 accordions. And what you can't see to our left is just about every one of the athletes. Now you can, all waving in time to the music. I would imagine, having watched this tonight, the adrenaline is flowing freely in those selected to take part in these games for their country.
You could almost forget that you're going to be sliding down a cliff face tomorrow at 130 and in some cases 210 kilometers an hour.
Indeed, you're so right, Ken. We seem a long way from the slopes which overlook the Savoie.
I think the athletes have been choreographed. Well,
we're only 2 years away from the next Winter Olympic Games. We now start the a biannual cycle, summer and winter, every 2 years. This is the last time we'll see summer and winter together. And my goodness me, Lillehammer in Norway is going to now have to think, what are they going to do to top this?
Well, we said that about Calgary, didn't we?
Well, and they always do.
A snowbird makes its way across the Albertville Stadium. Everything seems to fit, it all gels.